Long before Donald J. Trump became one of the most recognizable figures in the world, money itself shaped his destiny. Not just money as currency, but money as power, leverage, image, and belief. This is not a simple story of success or failure. It is a story of bold financial gambles, dramatic collapses, and relentless reinvention. Donald Trump was born in 1946 into a household where money was respected, controlled, and carefully planned. His father, Fred Trump, was a disciplined real estate developer, focused on middle-income housing in New York's outer boroughs. Fred believed in stable income, government-backed loans, and minimal risk. Donald, however, looked beyond security. He looked toward ambition. From an early age, Trump understood something crucial. Perception could be as powerful as profit. After attending the Wharton School of Finance, he joined his father's business, but his eyes were already set on Manhattan. To Donald, Manhattan represented dominance, influence, and recognition. In the 1970s, Trump made a decision that would define his financial philosophy. While most developers avoided massive debt, Trump embraced it. He believed borrowing wasn't weakness, it was acceleration. His breakthrough came with the transformation of the old Commodore Hotel into the Grand Hyatt. Trump negotiated tax breaks, leveraged city connections, and secured financing others thought impossible. The deal worked, the hotel succeeded, but more importantly, it made Trump visible. Trump learned that fame itself could be a financial asset. By the 1980s, Trump wasn't just building properties, he was building a brand. Trump Tower rose in the heart of Manhattan, decorated with gold, luxury, and spectacle. It was designed to impress before it ever generated profit. Financial magazines debated Trump's net worth. Some inflated it. Some questioned it. Trump rarely corrected them, because in his world, the story mattered as much as the numbers. Banks continued lending. Trump expanded aggressively. Casinos in Atlantic City, hotels, an airline, even ownership in professional football. The empire looked unstoppable. But leverage has a cost. By the late 1980s and early 1990s, the debt became overwhelming. Trump's casinos were drowning in interest payments. When the economy slowed, cash flow collapsed. Trump faced billions in debt and the real possibility of financial ruin. For many, this would have been the end. Instead, Trump confronted his lenders directly. He argued that if he failed, the banks would suffer even more. What followed were restructurings, renegotiations, and asset sales. Several Trump-owned companies filed for bankruptcy protection, not personal bankruptcy, but corporate. To Trump, this distinction mattered. Bankruptcy, in his view, was not failure, it was strategy. The crisis changed him. He learned that owning everything carried enormous risk, so he shifted his model. Rather than financing and owning properties, Trump began licensing his name. Developers paid to use Trump on buildings he didn't fully own. The risk moved away from him, but the income continued. His name became the product. At the same time, Trump rebuilt his image. Books like The Art of the Deal reframed him as a master negotiator. Whether the stories were fully accurate mattered less than the impact. The narrative sold. Then came one of his most profitable moves, television. In 2004, The Apprentice debuted. Trump appeared as a decisive, powerful executive delivering one iconic line, "You're fired." The show was a massive success. It transformed Trump into a global brand. Financially, it was brilliant. The show required little capital from Trump, but delivered enormous returns in visibility, licensing, and influence. His speaking fees rose. His brand value skyrocketed. Properties bearing his name became more attractive. Trump's wealth was no longer tied solely to real estate performance. It was tied to attention. Controversy followed him constantly. Critics questioned his valuations and debt. Supporters praised his confidence and resilience. But through it all, Trump stayed visible. And visibility in the modern economy often equals opportunity. Golf courses, licensing deals, and global branding continued generating income. Trump's financial life became less about balance sheets and more about influence. When Trump entered politics, his financial story took another dramatic turn. Running for president amplified his brand on an unprecedented scale. His businesses faced intense scrutiny, ethical debates, and legal challenges, but his name reached a level of recognition few brands ever achieve. From a financial storytelling perspective, the presidency permanently elevated Trump's brand value, regardless of political opinion. Donald Trump's financial journey defies simple judgment. It is neither a flawless success story nor a straightforward cautionary tale. It is a study in modern capitalism.